To understand the main issues the audience perceives with Sasuke's character, we need to examine the most defining trait of his development throughout the story: his resentment. This isn't merely a critique of his poor decision-making. Sasuke's resentment is deeply rooted in a tragedy that is both real and relatable. He lost his entire family at the hands of his own brother, the person he loved the most. This wasn't just the ultimate betrayal, but a devastating psychological wound inflicted during his childhood. The horror of such event became a defining aspect of who he was. How many of us under similar circumstances could avoid being consumed by the madness and despair born from such trauma? However, even in the face of unimaginable suffering, there remains an undeniable degree of personal responsibility and accountability for our actions. This is where Sasuke's character draws sharp criticism, especially when contrasted with Naruto, whose life was arguably as difficult as Sasuke's. Naruto was rejected by everyone in his village. From the moment he was born, his existence was questioned, and he was ostracized by those around him. He grew up without parents and bore the stigma of being the vessel for the Nine Tails, the very entity responsible for the greatest tragedy in Konoha's history. Naruto had every reason to succumb to hatred and bitterness, but he chose a different path, one of hope, perseverance, and love. He resolved to prove that he was more than a seal for the Kyuubi. He aspired to become the strongest shinobi in Konoha, and ultimately, its Hokage. In Naruto's journey, his love was always greater than his hate. Sasuke, on the other hand, allowed himself to be consumed entirely by his hatred for his brother. His sole motivation became vengeance, and he disregarded any moral considerations in the process. Both Sasuke and Naruto faced immense suffering, and both had the potential to follow similar paths. However, attributing their divergence to anything other than personal responsibility diminishes the significance of Naruto's struggles and choices. When compared to Naruto, Sasuke's unrelenting spite and refusal to rise above his circumstances make him a much more dislikable character.